So in this one, I want to go ahead in more detail and talk about how to get that smooth, buttery key piano sound that Metro Boomin uses in his tracks. Here's an example of the keyboard I'm talking about. All right, so I'm going to show you how to recreate sort of that buttery keyboard type of sound. And you don't need third-party plugins. You don't need RC20. You can do everything in Logic using stock plugins. You can also recreate this using stock plugins from your own DAW if you just follow this example. So for that sound, obviously we need to start off with the piano. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in a piano I like to use in Logic, the Steinway Grand Piano. And all I'm going to do is bring this MIDI down over here and just solo it out. And this is what the piano sounds like in its stock format. We're going to go ahead and take this to another level, give it a little bit more texture and a little bit more character. So the first thing I'm going to do here is bring in another instance of delay, tape delay. And what this will allow us to do is give us that pitch sort of altering sound to our keys. And the way we set this up is first you want to go to your output, go over down to dry to 0% and make wet 100%. Over here on your delay, you want to make sure that it's on 0 milliseconds. Turn back your feedback. Now, all you really want to focus on is the modulation section over here. So we're going to turn up our rate to 1 Hertz. And we're going to turn up our LFO intensity. You'll notice as I turn this up, we're going to get some of that pitch warping sound on our keys. Right? You get that sort of analog-y, warped, lo-fi piano sound, but obviously that's too much. So we're going to go ahead and pull that back to about 30-ish%. Is what I usually opt for. Subtle. But it gives just enough character to the piano to make it a little bit more unique. If you want to take that a step further and sort of replicate how RC20 would handle this, you can go ahead and add in some flutter as well. Here's what it sounds like if we go ahead and turn up the flutter intensity to 100%. So you see how it gets a little bit choppy. Now we don't want that too much here, so I'm just going to pull it back a little bit and we'll pull back the intensity as well. That's a little too much still. Next up, what we're going to do over here is bring in a chorus to make this keys a little bit wider sounding. So we're going to go over to Modulation Chorus. And I like a preset here in Logic's chorus called Guitar Summer. And this is what it sounds like. So that's going to give us a nice wide sound. You can control how sort of much that chorus is there with the intensity. See, we're almost hearing 2 pianos there. It's too much. So I'm going to leave it on the stock setting. It comes up on the preset 14%. Next, what I'm going to do here is bring in a Logic's EQ. And for this, I'm just going to filter out some of the lows. We don't need so much of that boomy bass in there. Just a little bit. And we can make it a little bit louder by pulling up our gain knob over here. Now next, what we want to do here is place this piano in a space or a room. Underneath our channel EQ, we're going to go ahead and pull in Logic's Space Designer. And we can just work with the default settings that load up in Space Designer. The only thing I would recommend doing is lowering the dry so that you're pushing the dry signal down a little bit to give it more of that roomy, sort of smoky room type of vibe. And that's pretty much how to get that smooth, buttery sound without the need for third-party plugins like RC20 to get this type of sound. Pretty much everything that third-party plugins can do, you can do it right in your own DAW. Of course, it may take a couple more clicks, but hey, it's free and included with your DAW. So here's what the piano sounds like without anything we just added. Let's go ahead and add everything in. Alright, so that's how you get that smooth, buttery keyboard sound. Could work also on a lot of R&B tracks as well. If you have any questions on this, we can go and chat in the comment section below. But other than that, thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Later. Peace.